Okay, so we're going to do a little improvisation activity. And we're just going to find fifths, and I want you to find a fifth on G. And find it with both hands. And this will be our tempo. So G, 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 G. And I'm going to call fifths, and we're going to move around on the piano. Okay, the next one you're going to look for is E. Ready, move. E. And we'll do them 4 beats at a time. 1, 2, move to G next, and E, C, E, G, E, C, stay on C unless I call a change. Yeah, move to A, C, E, D. Now we move to G. Okay, so I put the chords up here on the smartboard that we're using. You can use G, E, C, A, D. When you're ready to finish, end with a dominant going to tonic. So D going to G, just like we did. All right, so now we're going to do this again. If you're keeping track up here, my left hand is going to still do the fifths, and that's what you should be doing. My right hand is going to play around a little bit, so you get the idea of this exercise, and then we'll work in pairs. All right, so find G with your left hand. And right now, with your own fifths, do 2 hands on the fifths. 1, 2, G, here we go. G, C, stay on C, and move to D, back to G, E is next, E is still the same, move to C, stay on C, move to A, move to C, move to D, and end on G. I didn't give you very much time on that last one, did I? I was feeling the end, and I just wanted to end it on the beat. Okay, so in pairs, I want you to do that exact activity. So partner A is going to play the fifths and call the changes. Partner B is going to make up a melody that goes along with it. And I know this is unorthodox, but would one of our observers like to be Paige's partner? Janelle, would you come and join us? All right, so I'm going to pair you up. Okay. All right, you should be paired, so turn your mics on because you'll be talking with each other. And play your fifths and call your changes. If one more thing, if you're both feeling like I need to still just work on moving my chord changes, you can both do just chord changes. So you have the option to do a melody, or if you're like, you know what, I need to really get working on my just being able to move between chords, then just move between the chords and call each other's changes. So you have multiple levels of difficulty. Does that make sense? Okay,
Yeah, I think you're calling out the chords and improvising. I mean, just calling out the chords and playing them.
Yep, so you just start with a fifth. And I would start it on G. Because you're going to end on D too. Well, for who is partner A, who's partner B?
I think I'm the one who's improvising.
Okay, so if you're partner A, then you're going to just pick a fifth and call it. Do exactly what you're doing. And then call when you want to move. Yep, and that's all improvising is. Yeah. So tell her which one you want to start off.
I'll start on G.
Okay.
And get your beat going.
Oh, I think you did it right. Maybe D, go ahead.
There's a lot of dissociation going on here, right?
So starting on G and then we're going to C next.
Yes.
Okay. Back to G.
Okay.
Let's do the A. Yeah. Then D. A.
C. E.
Going to D.
D.
Let's just back to G. Sorry.
Then A.
And then
Going to
C.
G.
E.
Going to E.
Okay, finish up your improvisations.
Going to D.
And then D.
Back to E. And then do C.
That's what I had. That was good.
How'd it go?
D.
Composers, improvisers. Yes. Okay, and once you're finished,
Sorry.
oh, that's all right. Are you guys wrapping
Yeah,
up?
I'll just-
Awesome. And so even if you weren't improvising with the melody, improvising with those chords is still improvising. You're still choosing what you want to do in the moment. And that is a really important skill for musicians, particularly pianists, because sometimes we just have to make it up and hope for the best. Thank you, Janelle, for being our guest.
like this, I did this.
Yeah, it looked a little more natural. That might be a kind of a long-term project that you're just working with your technique for. So we'll still keep working on it. What else?
Wrist rotation.
Yeah, that's getting a lot better. I still ended up writing two fingery in a lot of spots. So that's maybe the biggest issue here. And then something we haven't talked a lot about are dynamics. A lot of times you're doing the opposite of what's written. And I just think you haven't really fully incorporated that into your playing. So I circled lots of them, but I think you could go through your score and really pick out, what do you think you should be doing versus what Mozart thinks you should be doing versus what you're actually doing, because that might be different in some cases. Like here, this was pretty forte. It was pretty loud, and then when you got here, it was still loud, but we should have a little bit more contrast. I also meant to write one more thing. Don't slow down. But in general, it's getting better every time I hear it. It's just about performance ready. We just need to, kind of refine it a little bit more. Okay, so this spot in the left hand always seems a little too wild and fingery, and it needs to sound, a lot more smooth and elegant. So could you just play this here and we'll work on it a little bit? Yeah, that's already smoother. The when I heard it before was a little bit flying fingers. Try it again. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so that's one spot that we've worked before. And then on this, I see a lot of flying flat fingers, not fat fingers. Try that. So watch me do it once. What am I doing that you're not doing? Yeah, because otherwise, I don't think I could play it very well if I was just using finger action. Try it. Yeah, so you have to get off of it. Up, up, up. Good. Okay, so try like really exaggerate it. But you'll play the right notes, right? Oh, so even on that first one, you're swinging around to come over. So you never actually, I'm sorry to interrupt again, but you never actually stop and then think about the rotation. The whole thing is motion, continuous motion. And that's a big exaggerated version of it. You don't have time for all of that, but that's the idea of it. Try it again. Yeah, you're always on the way. It's not just a move to move. You're on the way somewhere. So you have to judge the distance of how you're going. So can I hold your hand? Okay, so if we go back to here, you don't want to go too far too soon, right? Da-da. Move just far enough to be here so that your weight is over the key that needs to be played. So try it once really slowly. Rather than having extra motion. Only go as far, only go as far as the next note you need. Now, if you had a further note or a note that was further away, you might have to do a bigger motion. But this is just a triad, right? So we go. Try try it again, maybe a little under that tempo. Good. Yeah, that's the idea there. So I would do a lot of very slow practice and really think that your energy all comes from that first 16th, that down. Okay, so lots of things are in F right now. That's all right. We're looking at the top one in F. And so we're going to figure out what our chord progression is based on the melody, just like we've done in the past. Now, this is only giving you a one chord. There are more than just a one chord in this piece. So, but they're just showing you that we're going to block the chords. We're not going to do any accompaniment pattern like you did in the Streets of Laredo. All right, so let's just go around the room and figure out what chords we have. So Damien, will you start us off? What is this one here? We've got C is our melody note. What chord do you think it might be?
R1.
It's R1, right? Now you might be tempted to put 5 because C is also a 5. But we've got an A here, and it's the first chord of the piece. So we're gonna stick with 1. And what is your 1? Oh no, this marker is not doing what I want. What's the name of the chord?
F.
F, right. Okay.
So I have a question.
Yes.
If the next note, for example, that next 8th note pickup was like an E, would we then be playing the 5 chord instead?
Yeah, you might.
You might.
It would be really unlikely
Right,
to have it right at the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, you would look at the notes in combination.
Okay.
All right, what about the next one? Brennan.
Is that an F too?
Say that again?
Is that still an F?
Still an F. We really like the tonic chord. All right, and my handwriting is atrocious. I needed to reorient it. I apologize. Okay, Tomas, next chord.
4?
Yeah, why is it a 4 chord?
Because I'm seeing the D.
The
and I wish
D.
if it was the 5 chord, then that'd be
Weird.
kind of weird.
Weird, right? It's La. We have Fa, La, Do in our subdominant triad. Okay, what about the next one? Paige.
A 1 chord?
1 chord, you got it. You can write faster than me. Oh, it's looking better over here. Anna, next one. Well, does the music look like anything we've done so far?
Not exactly.
Not exactly. Yeah, you're right. Not exactly, but it looks sort of.
Yeah, so it'd still be a 1.
It's still a 1, right? We've got that C and that A and the A again. It's our 1. Oh my gosh. Does this look like an F to you guys? I swear I drew it like an F.
It's interpretive.
It's interpretive. All right, next one. Damien, we're back to you.
Back to me. That's not the 2, is it?
It is the 2.
Oh my gosh, there's a 2 in here.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's the second scale degree. It's not a 2 chord though. We're still only
Right.
dealing with 1, 4, and 5. What's our only option for a chord that has re in it?
Oh, it's our 4 chord, isn't it?
Well, what are the pitches in your 4 chord?
Oh, they're Fa. Oh, okay.
Fa, La, and
Fa,
Do,
La,
right?
Do, yeah.
Does not have re.
Right.
Your tonic chord has Do, Mi, and Sol,
Uh-huh.
not re.
Not Re.
What is your 5 chord? Spell your 5 chord.
So Ti Re.
There you go. So Sol, Ti, Re. It's your 5. We'll call it a C. And then Mi. It's a 1. Re. That's a 5. And Do. That's a 1. Okay, so for this, I want you to use your chord positions that you're using from your chord progression. So if you look up at the visualizer, we've got our tonic triad. when you see a 4, I want you to stay in that same position. And then your 5, we're going to play it like a 5, 6, 5. Just like we're doing for the chord progressions that you're doing on your exam. All right, let's give this one a try. And I want you to say the names of the chords, the letter names of the chords. So, F. All right, so go back on headset if you're not already there. So 1, 2. And B flat 3, 4 to F again, to C, F, C, F. Nice harmonizing, guys. This is similar to the one that you're going to have on your exam in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
You should spice it up and put the 4 chord on the 3rd before the last chord.
3rd before the last chord.
On the A.
On the A. Yeah. That is nice. Or you could do a potential 6/4. There are lots of things you can do with harmonization. Yeah. And once you get accustomed to the vocabulary, you can see Tomas has some experience playing around with different chords and different chord progressions. Once you get that experience, then you can substitute things in that, if we played a 4 on that A, on measure 5, 6, 7, that becomes a major 7 chord, which is a really nice sound. And it has a really nice flow to it. You're not expected to do that if you don't have that vocabulary yet. But yeah, that's why we're doing this, so that you can start to develop that, and you know which chords can substitute where.
Today we're going to start with an improvisation game or exercise. So I think we've done something similar to this before, but we're going to go ahead and pick 4 of our simple meter rhythms. So that's...
Yeah, we did that.
Okay, let's pick. What do you want to do first?
Dactylic.
Dactylic. Okay, what do you want next?
Anapest.
Dactylic anapest. Okay, what about third?
Fundamental.
Fundamental. What do you want to do fourth?
Amphibrock.
Ooh. So before we do any playing, we're just going to go through and say our rhythm. So we're going to take turns. The first time, I'm going to point to different ones, and I might not go in order, but you're going to clap. And then we're going to take turns, and you're going to point, and I'm going to clap. All right. So let's go 1, 2, ready, here we go. Dactylic anapest. Remember, on your long ones, make a circle. Dactylic anapest. Yeah, all right, so let's try it. Ready, here we go. Dactylic anapest. Fundamental amphibrock. Fundamental anapest. Amphibrock. Fundamental amphibrock. Fundamental anapest. Dactylic. I'm going to add one more option. That's long. Okay, so we'll do one more time. Ready, and here we go. Dactylic anapest. Amphibrock long. Dactylic right, so let's trade. You pick now, but you keep saying it, and you say the one or ready, and here we go. Because now you're the teacher.
Ready, and here we go.
Dactylic. Oh, so make sure that you move your marker ahead of time, because otherwise, do you think I'll know what to say next?
No.
Right. So if you only think about the rhythm as it's time to play it, you're probably going to be late. All right. So try again. 1. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Goo. You're in charge of this one.
1 and 2 and ready and go.
Dactylic long, Anapest, Amphibrook. Dactylic fundamental long, Anapest, Amphibrook. Dactylic fundamental long, dactylic, amphibrock, dactylic. So isn't it hard moving the marker around? Because you have to think of the rhythm that you're doing, but what else do you have to think about?
Saying it.
Saying it, and the next rhythm that we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to make up a little improvisation using this. So why don't we use, I'm going to let you pick whatever notes you want, because you improvise at home a lot too, don't you? Yes. All right, so let's try it. So any notes you want, it can be one hand or it can be two, but we're going to move the marker around so that we make a brand new song.
Okay.
Do you want to use just right hand or both?
I'll just use right.
Okay. So we'll go a little slower than we were just going. 1, 2, here we go. Anapest long, dactylic, anapest fundamental, amphibrock long, dactylic, anapest long, anapest fundamental, amphibrock, anapest long. All right, good. Now try one with your left hand.
Or head together.
Your choice. Something involving left hand.
I'll just do hand together.
Together. And see if you can make things sound like you want them to. We'll start with the dactylic. Ready? And here we go. Dactylic, anapest long, fundamental, amphibrock, fundamental, long, anapest, dactylic, anapest. That'll be it. All right, that was pretty good. So you have to kind of think on your feet, right? All right, now we'll switch, and you'll be the teacher, and you'll point, and I'll try to play something. But you can sit in the teacher chair now. And so you have to help me by saying it and pointing and giving me enough time that I can figure out what's next. So which one do we want to start with?
Maybe amphibrock.
Okay, and should it be something in a major key or something in a minor key? What do you think?
Maybe major.
Okay, so we'll start with amphibrock. Ready? Oh, you're in charge.
Ready, go.